Okay, that's where we're going. We walk all the way around the side of this mountain. We'll get down there. We will cross to the north side of the ridge. We'll ride the north side of the ridge all the way back around the back of this mountain. We're going to come down. There's a plane crash. I'll show you guys. Come down by this plane crash, catch the river, and ride the river back all the way down to the East Fork. Okay, we are about halfway down Vincent Gap. And right here, there's usually 20 feet of water across, going down into about a 4-foot pool. Bone dry. This drought. Okay, look at this. 200 feet up around the corner, you got a multiple springs. You got a spring there, you got a spring down here, and you got a spring down there. I can see the one coming out down there. So, yeah, we got water right here. You can hear the volume of water steady increase now. Our worries for water are over. We got a few hours of daylight left. We want to get down and out of this before night. Okay, we came from around that bend, Vincent Gap. We worked our way down, transferred to this side, came down. We just came down this little thing here. Reason being is there's a plane crash over here. I'm going to show you guys. Here you go. When I came last time, this body was still attached. And I sat in that. It was leaning more upright and I sat in it. That wing was still attached. Somebody's done a number on it. What do you think, man?
Pretty cool. It's really neat. Pretty badass. I wonder if the person survived.
Look at all that mistletoe in that tree over there. It's a lot of mistletoe.
Oh man, this is cool. Think the person survived?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. Usually you rock pretty hard.
This is Prairie Fork Trail. Now up this Prairie Fork Trail, there was a guy. I don't remember his name offhand. I can look it up. I'll put in the details if I find it, if I remember. But yeah, he lived up here back in the 1800s. And there's a cabin when you're near the top, near the campgrounds up there. There's a Guffey campground up there. There's remains of his cabin. Now he was the first postmaster of the area, which is now known as San Gabriel and Covina, that area. He was the first postmaster, and he lived back here in a cabin. And he prospected back here. He used to bring out a lot of gold. And they asked him, "Where did you find your gold?" He would never tell where he found it, whether it be in the Narrows or up here. He would never tell. But he said he's got enough stashed to last him well into his old age and to leave some behind. Well, soon after saying that, he was found dead of natural causes on his front porch. Back there somewhere, the remains are. And animals had fed on him. Various animals, bears, I don't know, maybe mountain lions, I'm not sure. But his stash was never found. There's been many people searching for it since those days, but it'll never be found, I doubt. I mean, this is a big canyon. Very big canyon. But it's pretty cool. Our first postmaster lived up there. Look at this. Look at that. Now if you want to look for the remains of his cabin, you're better off parking up there, turning east of Inspiration Point on Highway 2, turning in by the Guffey campground. Fish Fork, coming down that way. Come down Fish Fork and you will, Prairie Fork, and you will run into the remains. You can't miss them. Anyway, yeah, this way you got Vincent Gap, Prairie, Cabin Flat, Campground, that way. Now, a lot of scouts come down through here. Not a lot of them, but some of the scouts with dads that take them places, they come down through here, and you shoot off this way. You go around this bend a little bit, and there's a Gulch campground. It's a great campground for a few people. Okay, there's the Bighorn Mine, center of the screen. That's the Bighorn Mine, a video that I posted just before this. Now look at where we are. Backside of Baden Powell. I went fishing, about a month ago. 3 weeks ago in Fulton, and I maxed out on some trout. So I've got 5 rainbow trout. Frozen, started off frozen this morning. They're probably thawing out by now in my backpack. So no, if we do any fishing here, it's gonna be catch and release. We bringing in the trout. You can tell by the size, they're pretty big. What do you guys think, man?
It's awesome.
We'll find one. It opens up down here. Okay, I think Martin, you're gonna set up in this area, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna set up in this little grassy area here, grassy knoll. I set up over here, about the Terra Nova. I still haven't put the rain fly on yet. And he's setting up, he's gonna set up over here with the bivvy. You gonna sleep right there?
I'm trying to get these rocks out of here as much as I can.
Well, put your head right here. Look, since this is the up,
Yeah.
go down.
Fine right here. I just want to get a nice section for my tarp.
And we're cooking down there, about 100 feet southwest. World's lightest freestanding tent. Okay, there we are, Terra Nova. Underneath you got a little shelf right there, a little porch. And then you got all that. You have a little vestibule there. And a very little bit of vestibule here. Here you can stick like your trekking poles or something. Total windproof, bomb-proof. Got guides here, there, and in the front. And you're going with the REI Minimalist Bivvy?
Yeah, REI Minimalist Bivvy, Casino, and a Thermarest.
That is a cool one.
Should be okay, huh?
You got a short pad, right?
No, my pad goes full body. Not full body, but it's like a women's size.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty sizable.
Because if not, you can put your pack on your feet. Okay, I got the Marmot Plasma 15. Terra Nova Solar Elite. And the Neo Air. Notice it's short. My jam pack. Go Light Jam. It's my feet. Okay, as for vestibule size, check this out. We got about 9-10 inches here. Down there at the bottom, we got about 2-3 inches out beyond the tent here. When it's zipped up, that'll be taut. Now over here, I measured this one time. It's 14 inches, and we got this little porch coming up here that you can set your backpack on, and it rests up against this. Keep it off the ground, out of the rain. It's brilliant. But since my backpack's going to be in there, my boots will go right here. Now the rest of the stuff I brought, I got my water bottles, jacket, food, camera, water, first need purifier. I brought a small radio, trout, a food bag. This was some extra support inside of the jam. The jam's a frameless pack. This works right in your spine with the Tyvek. Give it some structure, and also for sitting down at night. I have my map, my glasses, cup. This was given to me by Titan 90,000. This was given to me by Martin right here.
Yep, Laura.
This is just an extra glass case. I put my pole in there for it doesn't tear out. This is my fishing kit. This is my stove of choice this time. This is the MRS Titan kettle. This is my hygiene, my lights. This was for my Thermarest. This is my spork. Some line for tying food up, and some lip balm, an energy bar, some sunscreen, and this is some extra batteries And this is the knife I peeled the apple with on my last video. I'll show it to you. I'll clean the trout with it. That's everything I brought. Total weight, besides the trout and the ice, I think it was 14 pounds total. Not bad. Now this is Six Moons Design, Lunar Solo, Big Agnes, I believe. And I'm not sure which team made it. Kelty Cosmic Down 20. Trekking pole tent, really cool. Six Moons Design. Look at that. Look at that profile. Total water shedding. You can guide out there, you can guide out the other side. And this is a really cool stove. A lot of us have thought about getting, but just don't. This is, what's it called?
It's the Evernew Appalachian set.
Evernew Appalachian set, all titanium. We'll show you how this fits together when it cools off. It all fits together in this little titanium cook kit. It's really cool. Making use of this little tripod we found. He's got his billow bag on there full of water. Look at the flow with that Sawyer.
No squeeze.
No squeezing at all. The billow bag, gravity fed. Fill her up, Mac.
I'll fill you up in
I bet you that'll fill all of them.
It will fill. It's like 2 gallons. It's heavy.
You didn't even... Okay, here we are. This is the rainbow trout. There's some rainbow trout on a flat stone. We let that stone get really hot, sterile, and sterilized it. Grilling some trout with the total of 1 pack of salt for 5 trout. Better than nothing, though. Meanwhile, Gabriel and the Evernew made some beef stew, and then I have the Vargo down here, boiling up some water for some, what else? Some acorn coffee, and whatever else is on the menu. What do you got over there? You got?
I got a
You got one of those
Trangio.
Trangier with one of those aluminum kettles.
Yeah, it's a Ibuso mug and then a windscreen and boiling water for some spaghetti and some
Spaghetti.
chicken breasts and
Spaghetti, chicken breast, rib meat, shredded potatoes.
yeah.
Beef stew, acorn coffee, and I brought 5 rainbow trout. I'll take you down there and show you the river in a minute before it gets dark. Beef stew. What's for dinner? Okay, the Vargo got it to a rolling boil. And they've got some acorn coffee in there.
Nice setup, man.
The trout, we put some foil on top to catch the heat and bring it from the top too to finish it off. Because it looked like it was burning, but it didn't look like the inside was finished. Sterilizing some water. Okay, we put 2 more trout on, but let me show you the trout that we pulled off. Look at that. Lemon, spork, lemon, spoon, lemon, spork. Look at those trout. Mmm. Okay guys, dig in. Got some more on. Man, I sucked that trout down. These guys are still eating. I finished mine a few minutes ago. How is that trout, man?
Delicious.
Look at that. Let's see your trout. Look at that. Grilled to perfection.
A little bit of lemon goes a long way.
How is it?
It's delicious.
It's awesome.
Love it.
I caught him on a Daredevil skeeter. Red and yellow, if I remember right. This is a really cup that guy sent me. I'll put a link to him underneath. Look at that.
Did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always looked at that when I was in the store.
Nice and...
Is it light?
It is light, really light. It's got neoprene on the bottom and the sides. And it's super light plastic. Keeps the stuff really hot for a long time. Just last of the trout. Look at that.
The good stuff.
That's so good.
Bear's gonna come and eat my hands.
wake up with a bear gnawing on your head. It's awesome. So what did we have? We had spaghetti, mashed potatoes and gravy, chicken,
beef stew,
yeah.
trout,
5 trout,
nap time.
and some acorn coffee.
Yeah.
Want some more trout, Martin?
No, I'm so stuffed right now. I'm done.
But this is really the only meal we ate all day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, we didn't eat any lunch. Good night, John boy.
All right, dude. See you tomorrow.
Look at that moon. Just before sunup. I have no idea what time it is, but I'm guessing around 4:30, 5 o'clock. You can see the sky starting to line up here to the east. In the position of that moon. It's about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Some raspberry cereal, coffee, some tea, a little honey on the Vargo stove. Vargo wood stove, titanium wood stove. Okay, see that bent tree? The tree with the bent trunk? Well, if you don't follow the bend, follow straight up. Straight at the center. Right there. It's the Bighorn Mine. That's the mine we got into. Found an entrance. We got into it on our last video. And let's see, back up. That mountain right there, center of the screen, top, peak, Baden Powell. So we were all inside, underneath that mountain, all the way down into Middle Earth. Martin's tent, name will be below. Mine, Gabriel's, channel names will be below. In this range, I found fig trees, I found wild grapes, I found one apple tree, and this morning, I found a second apple tree. Look at that. Another apple tree. Let's come back here in the springtime. See if there's anything on it. Right now, it looks like it's on its last leg though. But up there it looks like there's some nubs starting to form. Apples, figs, grapes. I planted some strawberries. We'll see if they take though. Oh yeah, there's berries, wild berries. Onions, potatoes. Look at this. At one time, this was a trail. Wow. This is in the middle of nowhere here too. Oh. Definitely got some bear in the area. And as for how those apple trees got here, like I said, back over this way, there are 2 houses, 2 cabins, homesteads, way back, turn of the century before last. 1890s, I think it said. I think that's what I read. 1890s, 1870s, somewhere in that area. Maybe it was 1870s, 1890. A couple families live back here. You can see the remains of the old trail they probably used to come down and get water. See this? Look at this. This is probably the exact trail they used to get their water. Look, more trail. I've lost track of which direction I gotta head back to find camp. All tins. Oh, here we go. It goes through here if I can get through there. Come back out the river again. Oh wait, it continues. Some more bear poop. This is it. I gotta turn around. I got a couple miles between myself and camp. It looks like it just follows the gulch up and probably climbs out back there to the mine. This might have been Tom Vincent's route down with his burro to hit the East Fork, to go down. He had a meetup point at Iron Fork where he'd meet with one other guy and William Heaton. They had a vegetable garden there, and there's a pen that's still there to this day where they kept their burros. You know where to look. Where they kept their burros, and they would do their trading, pelts and skins for money, food, gold, rations. They spent 2 or 3 days there, I think, eating fresh game and the vegetables from the garden. So there are still grapes growing there from back then, and catching up on what's going on down below, up above, in between. William Heaton was down below. He was the connection to, back then, modern society. There's one other guy that had a wagon train that would bring his wagon up from the San Gabriel Valley. He'd bring him up to Heaton Flats twice a day. He'd make that up and down, horse and cart, or burro and cart. And he'd charge me, I have a picture of him bringing some women dressed up in total long dresses with the button-up boots and the hats and... What's that? Oh, it's a stump. Cut with a chainsaw, though. And he'd bring them up here. They'd spend the day at Heaton Flats. There was a woman there who ran an inn. And another old can. And they'd spend a few days of vacation there, rest. There are many camps en route, but that was the main one. Will Heaton was a connection with him, so he would do trading there. There are also 4 other Native Americans living right there at the beginning. They would all do trading, and then he'd bring them up to the middle of the area, just past the Narrows, where there was another guy that lived. Now the cabin we visited on my last video, and he would, wow, I didn't come this way. He would trade with Tom Vincent, who lived as a hermit back here. And he lived as a hermit because he believed he was wanted by the police for a triple murder in Arizona. But at the time that he killed those 3 people that were jumping his claim, the law changed. You're allowed to claim jumpers. So 40 years later, living under assumed name, he told the hospital, I have burial rights through the Army. I served in the Civil War. I got an honorable discharge for being shot. And this is my name. They checked the name. You were never wanted, sir. Those were justifiable shots you fired at those guys. So he lived these 40 years in hiding for nothing. But he the Bighorn Mine. He did have some sons. The sons lived in Long Beach at the time. That's what went on back here, back in the turn of the century. 1850, 1870, 1900. A lot of history back here. There's my pack all packed up. Got my mug here. Got a trekking pole set up. You just twist these little things here. Put your trekking pole in. Put it up. My tent stakes. My tenkara rod, which I didn't even use this trip. My water's going over here. That's my water. These will be going in the front pockets. This will be going in my pocket. The side. That's for trash coming out. Pick up some trash on the way out. Martin's all ready. Gabriel's all ready. They went down there to follow that trail to go see the mine. That's their trekking poles. This is the shovel I'm taking out. It's my hat over there. And this place is pretty much spotless. See that? That's the reason you don't want to carry your water bags or your air mattresses in the sides of your pack. I had my air mattress in the side of my pack one time coming up. He just bumped into this yucca right here. He just bumped into the yucca and it speared him. All of a sudden I saw him spring a leak. I ruined an air mattress.
All the water's up, Allen's.
ThermoPro. I had it strapped on the outside, like in Backpacker Magazine. You see the guys carry their things to make room inside. Well, up here in the San Gabriels, with these yuccas, it's not a good idea. You want to have those in the center of your pack, protected by your jacket and by a few other things. We just popped out from around that corner, and we get a view of the road. And right there in the center, Vincent Gap, where the car lays. Now we gotta go around here. In between here and there, we're gonna stop off at Tom Vincent's cabin, pick up a bunch of trash that's left in the fireplace. We should be out of here in about 40 minutes. Gabriel, Gabriel, dun 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 dun. Yeah, dun, 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 dun. I was gonna say you're the first, but from that footpath, I think you're not. Back to the cabin. We got come full circle now. We're gonna clean up a bunch of trash people left behind here. Okay, his cabin's clean. We pulled that much out of here. I'd say 2 pounds of aluminum.
It's too much.
Back here, there are traces of, in history books, it talks about he had a moat. There are traces of his moat coming around, down around, and it fed by a spring back here, which doesn't flow anymore. It does certain times of the year, but had a pipe coming down, it says, to feed the spring and the moat going around to keep pests out of his cabin.
Yeah.
Snowball action, look at that. Oh. Let me get off before you come up.
Why?
It holds one, but I don't know about two. Watch your back on. Oh, you don't have your pack on.
Yeah.
I rarely take my pack off. Okay, go for it. Look at the view from up there.
Yeah. That's crazy. I'm afraid of heights, man. I don't like this.
Well, come on down. Watch this. Watch this, watch. Is your pack over there?
Yeah, it's mine. No, dude. No.
Run it off. Yeah. Canyon let us through again. Good canyon. Back to the Baden Powell parking lot. Baden Powell, 41 switchbacks. Most switchbacks of any climb in the range. Next, lunch. Okay, we're in the city of Wrightwood. We're at Mexico Lindo's. It's a Mexican restaurant in the city of Wrightwood. Welcome to Mexico Lindo. It's a great restaurant with some great specials. I'm having fish again. Rice, beans, avocado. He's having a burrito with guacamole, rice,
Steak
beans.
fajitas.
And Martin's having tacos, enchilada, and a burrito.